Sure. I think. It's just a black screen in my preview right now. There it is. There it is. Oh my god. Well, sorry about that. God, yeah, so yeah, I was still asleep. Which is kind of, I mean, I guess needed. Very much so. I didn't set an alarm because I didn't think there was any way I would sleep past 4 o'clock when I did, but I went to bed at like 10:30 last night, like PM, which is the earliest I've gone to bed in like months. And then I did wake up for a little bit this morning and went back to bed around like noon. And then just, yeah, I don't know. I got a little tap on the shoulder. I was like, it's a 4:12. I'm like, oh, fuck. So here we are. I am so sorry. What's up, Christian? Have a good stream. I hope you get to watch the end of the stream and we get discussing from couldn't think of Bruce Boxleitner characters. It's Alan Bradley. What's your favorite YouTube channels? Dude, like, I don't know, man. That's like a tough ass question. Like right out of the gate. I mostly watch like reactions, man. That's like all I really do. So, like most of the same people you watch, more than likely. I pretty much only watch reactions on anymore. Like Rejects, Blind Wave, Normies, the whole spiel, man. Like there's probably not a reactor I'm not subscribed to at this point. Witness me. What's up, Cole? Got emotional with the last episode of Helluva Boss. Oh, dude, me too. I don't know how you could watch it and not, man. Oh my god. So good. What's up, D. Cole? Howdy, Rendy. How are you? It's a Bryce Cake. I'm okay. My body was basically forcibly trying to make me reset, which is not a bad thing. Let's see. It's been a wonderful day. What's up, Dion? Luna fans, when they finally see another Hellhound Gyat shake off. What a wonderful day. Yeah, man. Good God. They definitely were like, you know what? I know we haven't been around here for a hot minute. Let's just go to town. Kind of want to watch Immaculate because I haven't seen it yet. Just waiting for it to be released on streaming. I mean, you can rent it right now. I have it lined up on in my list of movies that I'm trying to catch up on, but I haven't checked it out yet. I already have the one that's coming out Monday recorded. I still gotta record the poll winner later tonight. I still got a bunch of shit to do tonight. It's crazy, man. Anyway, I've heard good things about it, but I've still not yet seen it myself. What's up, Brain of Jen? How are you? Just listening today? Well, you typed this comment, I'm just saying, but no, I tease. Well, listen away. Sorry, we started off literally behind today because of my sleepy ass. Omnifather, where are you at? I think he's sleeping. Dion called it. Cole called it. You guys, yeah, you guys got me. You guys got me. Oh, what's up, Ginger? Jazzy, how are the cats? They kind of woke me up a little earlier today. Impeded the flow of the sleep, but they're doing pretty good. Jumba, he's our one that comes and goes. There's been a new cat and her kittens that have kind of laid claim to our back porch, and that used to be where he would come and go from. but she like hates his ass. And she's like made it her own. And she's got 2-3 kittens and stuff of her own, so I haven't really tried to like run her off or anything. So like I still like, it just sucks though, because like every day like he comes back with like new scratches and shit, and I'm not sure what he's getting into. Feel bad, but like he hates being cooped up. A part of me wants to just not let him back out anymore. Want to go check the community tab on his YouTube channel. Posted saying that tonight he's probably going to get some sleep. I mean, that's a fair assumption. Really, my body's been so fucked up this week. Get that. Have a good week, everyone. Peace out. What's up, Typical? Currently watching your reaction to the newest Has-Been episode. I just say Has-Been. Helluva Boss episode. I'll probably come back later. Thought I'd drop in and say hi. He's still sleepy today? I mean, that's what happened, apparently. Maybe he's having issues starting the stream. If I was actively trying to figure out how to start the stream, I probably would have put something in the chat, though. I legitimately was just out. What's up, horse lover? For today, happy Saturday. Gordon took Omni to Afterlife, and it's easy to lose track of time there. That would be true. That would be very true at that point. Jeremy from the Pokemon Paradise. Hello, Jeremy. How are you doing? And this is everybody realizing the stream is actually coming back. All right, I'm catching up. Yeah. Running late. Hope you're good. Oh yeah, I was so confident that there's no way I could sleep until 4 p.m. that I didn't even bother to set an alarm, and well, at this point, I definitely should have, but whoops. Saturday's sleep was good. Well, it's definitely much needed. I'm still a little tired, though, which, I still got stupid shit to do, man. I still have to record the movie reaction that the polls went up for. The polls ended last night for the June movie, so I got to record that tonight. I have yet to watch the new episode of Doctor Who. Still got to watch that, and then at midnight there's the new episode of Superbad. Oh my god. Anyway. Woo! What's up, Smigsy? How are you? What's up, Renan? First of all, Luna's supposed twerk is no match for Blitz and Barbie's imp yats. I mean, I don't know, man. So Janie, how are you? Dark Car. L. Hello, loved your Helluva Boss episode reaction. I tried to get fiance into the show, but he doesn't have any reaction to any episodes, and it kills me. So thanks. Oh my god, that is frustrating, man. Like, you try to show something to somebody something you absolutely love, and they're just like, it's soul killing sometimes. What's up, Logan? What's up, Dion? You're back again. You're my favorite reaction channel because you're so emotionally invested in the characters, especially with Has-Been and Helluva Boss. Hell yeah. I really do appreciate that. I try my best. Actually, there's not really a whole lot of trying involved other than trying to understand the characters and see all of their perspectives. I do fuck up every now and then and get tribalized. I fall victim to that every now and then. Not so much with Has-Been and Helluva Boss. I've been pretty good about seeing where everybody's coming from. But there's been some times in other shows where I do fall prey to the typical tribalism of it all. I'm the tribal chief. Roman. But yeah, I don't know, man. I just really appreciate that. I guess, I don't know. I've always been very empathetic. I think that goes to show because I've always been someone who just kind of listens and sits on the outsides a lot of the time. I don't usually I'm not the one that forces myself into a lot of the situations. I just listen, observe, and there's a lot of things you can notice about people and situations when you're doing that. and I think it carries over quite well into the reactions, at least. So being an introvert like that, I think helps. Finished Fallout, literally seen 5 reactions of it by now. I've been watching a lot of people's reactions to it as well, but hell yeah, man, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I've never finished a single game, but I was really taken in with the Fallout series, man. It was really, really good. So Baron, man, I'm shaken by that last episode of Helluva Boss. The way the episode started off, or at least maybe like the middle, I was like, oh god, this is not gonna go the way Blitz thinks at all. He's gonna get up there and he's gonna have to have a conversation, and he's not gonna like it. I think what shocked me the most is like how, and it's not, I mean, it was all there, like in this opening song, it's all there. Just Stolas's reaction to it all. It was, I mean, it was a literal reversal of their roles and tactics. He pulled a Blitz, and the second things started to go south and complicated and maybe not the way he thought, he put up a wall and avoided when Blitz was actually the one that wanted to stay and hash it out, but god, anyway. I thought you were going live, so I was finishing the Real Rejects reaction to Twilight. Did they just post one for that? I haven't checked anything today. I just saw that I was late, woke up, ran my ass in here. Now the Twilight movies, I have seen all of them, so I can't do a reaction series to those for all the fun that would be. I don't know, maybe it'd be fun to rewatch them. I haven't rewatched them in a long ass time. Their One Piece reactions are so fun. Hope you can continue them and don't get burned out along the way. That's all I'm trying to avoid, is getting burned out and stuff like that. And I know people just want more episodes, blah blah blah, and all the things, but I gotta keep it consistent. I gotta keep a flow that's not gonna burn my soul out, man, because there's still so much to go. I got a long ass way, and like burning out now would just suck. Speaking of Helluva and Has-Been, did you check out the SCP Cain and Abel stories I recommended last stream? I have not. No, I completely forgot about it, to be honest. So it'd probably help if you maybe if you went into the Discord and posted that, because then I might actually have a place to remember it. Sorry about that though. This music is making me trying out. Is that what's that phrase? In a good way. I don't know what that means. Oh, that's good. Well, you said in a good way, so at least it's good. I don't know. I like the whole like lo-fi synthwave thing. I've been really into that here. I mean, for a while now. So I just kind of like think it fits. Hey, Busy, what's up, man? Long time no chat. How are you doing, buddy? I'm officially have the most hated Doctor Who character. If you saw the episode, then you know who. Nope, not yet. I have not seen the episode yet. I thought Luna was just adjusting her body to keep holding Colin. To keep holding down Colin, but I think she was just doing a little booty teasing. You mean like when she was switching from human and demon forms? I mean, when she was behind the column, she changed forms because it reduced her body mass. So the pillars started breaking and her hips were exposed to the elements. So she changed forms so she was smaller. So she would be less likely to get shot. But yeah, she was popping in and out of form for like, I think it was like all tactic, which was really creative. Plus, good to look at. Let's see. Gotta lurk. What's up, Becca? So I can finish this beastly paper, but hi-yo, and the tea is perfect. I jealous. Aw. Well, thank you. Well, have fun with your paper. Hopefully we're not too distracting over here. What's up, Summer? Every day is a day closer to a new job and also a day closer to the end of a favorite series. Another crisis of capitalism. I'm not ready for Superman Lois to end and terrified of Superman Season 4's start. We'll see. We'll see. But I would imagine we're not going to end on a bum note. You know, I would imagine that at least by the end of the season, no matter how things start off, we'll end in a good or at least okay place for our characters. That's my hope. Last week I literally fell asleep while you were streaming the whole time. Oof. Hey, it's all good. It's all good. I fall asleep to streams all the time. How did you feel about the Blue Moon episode? It was rough, and I think people cried. The Full Moon episode? Did it autocorrect? Or are we talking about the Blue Moon episode of Ted Lasso? Which one are we talking about, Elizabeth? 2 moon-related episodes of different shows this week. Also found out something called Has-Been Hotel Swap AU, where the main characters aren't Charlie and Co., but rather Adam, Cain, and Abel, and I found it through some animatics by Saphiro. Oh, okay. That sounds kind of interesting. Sounds really interesting. I'd be curious to check that out. Sleeping is nice. We hear. What's up, Roman? I don't know about you, but I don't know about you all. I can't read, man. But the full moon destroyed me. Likewise, it was a good episode. Like there was like disarmingly like upbeat with all the cherub and dork stuff all the way through a vast majority of the episode, just to kind of give us enough little fun, little hokey stuff to distract ourselves from the stab to the heart that was the last couple of minutes of the episode. Got my tickets for Deadpool and Wolverine. AMC's are sold out. Cinemarks have plenty of seats. Yeah, I don't really have to worry about that here, which is nice. One of the best things about being not rural, but our population isn't huge down here, so I haven't had to pre-order a ticket for a movie since Endgame. I think that was honestly the last time. And even then, that was the only MCU movie I pre-ordered a ticket for. Because I just assumed that was going to be big, and it was. If you could get another React channel to react to a movie of your choice, who would react to what movie? Ooh, interesting. I don't think he has reacted to it yet, but I want to see Coco Couch react to Scott Pilgrim, because I think he's one of the few people that, correct me if I'm wrong, hasn't reacted to Scott Pilgrim yet. But I will confirm. Coco Couch. I lied. He did it 9 months ago. And I've seen it, so I don't know how I pulled that off. See, that happens to me, man. My brain. I don't know. So many people doing so many things, I could have sworn he hadn't watched that, so I guess my own reality is warped. I gotta think of another movie, man. You know what? Fuck it. Anybody, pick literally anybody. X-Files. X-Files the movie. It'll be confusing. Actually, you could watch it without having watched the previous couple of seasons, even if it does pick up immediately where everything left off. I don't know. Damn it. No, I want to think of something. I gotta think of something. Whoever has not seen Scott Pilgrim to watch Scott Pilgrim. It's a dumbass answer. Son of a bitch, man. X-Files, the movie, show? I mean, X-Files has 2 movies. Both, unlike a lot of other TV movie things is actually connected to the story and the continuity. Like the first X-Files movie, like it bridges seasons 5 and 6. So you could watch the movie without having watched season 5. I think you could watch it just fine. But like if you started season 6 without having seen the movie, you might be real confused about what the fuck happened. I would actually like to see anybody, regardless of if they've seen the show, watch the X-Files movie. Because, like, it's really good. I love it. But I'm also a little biased. What's up, Miss Silly Angie? How are you? Hopefully being silly today. Thanks for acknowledging me. Tribal Chief. The Acolyte released with 2-episode premiere this Tuesday night. That it does. I hate when they do that, but we'll see how it goes. I'm doing a slow rewatch of The House of Dragon to refresh before season 2 starts. Also watching reactions as well. I might need to do that, or at least watch a recap, because the second the season ended, it has exited my brain. Loving the WWE fans in here. There are a few. If Vortex is still doing dating, also doing, I guess. B, is there any chance for Looney to find her own boyfriend someday? I mean, there is definitely always a chance. There's always a chance. There's other dogs out in the pen, sea, farm. How would you twist that analogy or that descriptor towards dogs instead of fish in the sea? Dogs in the kennel? No, that's sad, because that was her whole problem. There were other dogs in the kennel and nobody wanted. I just made myself sad. You're almost done with season 2 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I am. We are almost at the end. And then we will. I'm pretty sure we are past where I stopped watching. I don't remember if I actually finished the season or not. Either way, once we start season 3. We will officially be in territory where I've never watched an episode at all in my life. So, woo! Almost there. Can't wait for your reaction to the new Doctor Who episode. I am going to try my best to get it out tomorrow. I love Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Me too, man. Me too. It is surprisingly good. While everyone talks about Helluva Boss, how can Lois do that too? Make the dad live with Clark, knowing they're trying not to have the dad find out. I think she's also trying to force them to get along, and I don't know if this is the right play or it's a compromise. I mean, I get it. It's funny too, but I don't know. Like, it makes some sense, but it's just... It's a bold ass play, but he is being like chased, and she knows that regardless of the situation, if somebody does happen to track them down, he'll at least be with Clark, whom is Superman. So like if something happens, he's safe at least. So I understand, as hilariously inconvenient as that is, I get it. It's going to make for some fun shenanigans, though, and I'm excited for it. Sami Zayn rocked me with his hell of a kick. Sammy, you haven't watched Doctor Who yet? And I can't talk about it. Nope, not yet. I don't know what it is about Lucy from the Fallout show, but I was a bit taken from her eyes. She's got, like, baby doll eyes. Like, she's got those, like, big old, like, bleep bleep eyes, man. I don't know. Like, I saw somebody say she's got the Alita Battle Angel eyes. It's a little bit of an exaggeration for sure, but I definitely get it. This is an answer from your last stream. Dakota Johnson can be a good actress. It's just the material she's given a few times was bad. Go watch Cha Cha Real Smooth if you want to see her acting. I've heard decent things about that movie. I think it's on my polls, but it has not won yet. I'm pretty sure it's on my polls. I think. Yeah, it is. So maybe one day I will see the glory that is why people give a shit about Dakota Johnson. I don't know. But we will find out one day. Yeah, Lucy from Fallout. Lucy from Fallout. You have any predictions for the next episode? I think there will be one with Andrelphus and Fasago trying to summon Stolas. I think a lot of that's going to be combined. I think Stolas, I think that'll all be either before or around Sinsmus, more than likely, but like that whole ordeal, I think that'll be closing out the season. That's my best guess. I think this next episode is, I mean, hell, it's going to be the start of like Blitz going back through his life after this wake-up call and trying to maybe not fix the relationships themselves, but go back and acknowledge his part in the destruction of some of these relationships. I don't know. I mean, it's called Apology Tour, so I would imagine he's going to start off going back through the people he's wronged and trying to fix things, and finally, eventually getting to that final boss that is Stolas and mending that relationship. That's my hope. Omni only has 2 more episodes left of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and then Season 3 starts. Yes, it is. Almost there. Venom 3 movie plot sounds just like Madam Web. I haven't heard any actual plot details for Venom 3, so I have no idea what they're cooking up for this one. Huge props to Brandon and Bryce for their talented acting in Full Moon and making me cry. Dude, yes. They slayed it as far as their performances in that episode, man. They blew me away. The subtleties, the cracks, the wavering in their voice, especially Brandon, like when he was getting into the rage and all that, and the growling that comes in through the talking. Like there's a lot of nuance in all of their exchanges the entire episode. Also, got one little bright light in the whole thing is just look where Fizz and Blitz are right now. He's getting ready for his date, and he gets to go to his good old buddy for some help, and they're helping each other. I mean, it's like they just slipped right back into who they used to be, and it just warms my heart so much. Also, I don't know if it's just the suit. I don't know if it's a actual detail we're meant to notice, but I saw some people online pointing out that Fizz has actually put a little weight on, like good weight. You know, he's not by a few like centimeters or whatever, isn't like the same that he was back with Mammon. Now that he's quit, that some people are pointing out, or maybe that's an allusion to the fact that he's finally not starving himself to fit Mammon's image, which is awesome if that is the way that was intended to be read. Nikita is also. I don't know who we're talking about there. You know, I already watched Godzilla -1, but it's on Netflix now. It is. Oh, interesting. Rick Sanchez is tripping. What's going on? I mean, tripping out to good music. Okay, thank you. That's what we were talking about. Maybe I guess maybe autocorrect slapped you in the face there, and I just didn't know what that was supposed to be. I don't really use Discord. Well, how dare you? Tripping, maybe? And so I was trying to theorize what you meant. Please react to Blue Eye Samurai. You will like it, I promise. It's on my poll for what show I might pick up next, but it's getting to season 2, so I'm definitely going to be watching it before season 2 comes out, regardless. So even if it doesn't win the poll, I will be watching season 1 before season 2 comes out. Maybe the week before, not the week before, maybe the couple weeks before to lead into season 2, but I'm going to watch it eventually. Right now, it's just way too packed. Our Twilight reaction was out today with Roxy and John. I hope they do the rest. Dude, like, There was a point where like me and the guys, like my whole like bro gang, we went and saw, I think the third Twilight, because we just wanted to have a fun night out to make fun of a movie. Like we wanted a bad movie night out. So we all went and saw Twilight because we had all been dragged to the previous ones, man, and we, you know, they're fun to pick apart. They're fun for what they are. And honestly, I think I'm pretty sure it was the third one, which is the best one. And we were like legitimately like, huh, this wasn't bad. So we went hoping to have like a bad movie night and have fun picking apart this trash ass movie. I apologize for anybody that loves those movies, but we ended up having a damn good time because the movie was just kind of fun. The one decent movie out of the pack is the one we went to go see. I thought that was kind of funny, but we still had a pretty good time. I still got dragged to every one of those movies, and even to this date, the final Twilight movie was the last real midnight release I've ever seen. And no one does midnight releases anymore. So that is officially and forever the last midnight release I've ever seen. Since the first Omn is on Hulu, I can finally watch it. It's already on Hulu? I do want to watch that. I really do want to watch that. I really like the original Omn, and I like the remake even of Omn. So I was very curious when I started to hear good things about this prequel. But also, I need to rewatch the Omn because I've heard a lot of things that just completely contradict what I remember about the movie. In that story. So like I'm going to probably have to do a refresh on the original before I watch it, but I do really want to watch it. And when she said she got a lot of nerve after the ass kicking you guys took last time. I don't know what. Am I missing a conversation here? I don't know what's going on here. Anyway, did you watch Doctor Who? No, I have not watched it yet. Godzilla -1 is incredible. Yes, it is. No, people are talking when the cherub says, and a lot of upgrades. That's her booty grooving tease. I mean, hey, do what you do. Do what you do. I wonder how Veronica would play into the Apology Tour episode. She's probably on tour because we see her obviously getting on a concert conveniently enough. I know Stolas takes the stage at one point, so I don't know, but Blitz will probably interrupt her concert to be like, hey bud, I'm sorry, blah blah blah. I don't know, we'll see. Lots of things could possibly happen. Snyder is returning to WB for a 300 Percule series. Snyder Coulter saying he's going to deliver DC from its doom. My guess is he knows Netflix knows his ideas are bad and do not want to continue. That's interesting. I haven't kept up on all of that. This is the first I'm hearing about it. If he's going back to WB, that is really interesting. If Netflix is dissolving their like many film and series deal that they got with him, because he's still supposed to deliver on all of his Army of the Dead stuff, all the spin-offs for that, the animated movie, the animated series, the sequel, all that shit for that whole thing, and then all the planned Rebel Moon stuff. I mean, that's obviously not doing what they expected it to do, and they've got a lot of really bad PR around it. So I would not be surprised if they had like some kind of clause to dissolve that, so who knows what's going to happen. Apparently Netflix AI is going to be a thing. Yeah, I don't know about that. Sydney Sweeney also, yes. What's up, Noober? Finally caught up on my adventures with Superman, and I'm very excited to have this back. I can't wait to get into Kara, but I do wish we'd have more time with Clark and Jor-El. That bugged me a lot. I also was kind of like, man, I really wanted to see them interact a lot more. It was still really good. It was still really sweet. It was still really cute. But I did want him to like have that time with Jor-El. But that's just another standout from this universe. Is he's got a lot of figuring out to do on his own, which is kind of interesting. Helluva Boss, Blue Moon. But it's full moon. It's not blue moon. Full moon. I'm so confused. Anyway. Happy Saturday. What's up, Heather? How are you? Finally making a stream. When the next Helluva Boss episode comes out? It's sometime this month. Which probably close to the end of the month at this rate. I think this was the only, in the release, I'm pretty sure this was the only back-to-back months that are expected to have episodes. Yeah, because after this, yeah, May, June, and then nothing's on the release schedule until October. So we got a break. We've got a couple of months after Apology Tour where we'll have to wait. But then it's October, November, December. 3 months in a row towards the end of the year where we should have episodes, or at least hopefully should have episodes. So that's a bit of a gap there, but hey, for quality, I don't mind waiting. You can't go wrong with Sydney Sweeney if she's in a bad movie, just like Madam Web. Who would you say are your top 3 characters in Ted Lasso? Whew, I mean, I think my favorite character overall is Ted. And then I would probably say Jamie, which starting from the season 1, definitely I would not have thought would have been the case. And then probably Rebecca. Which again, starting at the beginning of the show, I would not have thought would have been the case. Or having her that high up there. But no, it's a tough one because there's so many really good characters. But I think yeah, Ted's definitely my favorite character in the show. And then I think it really could oscillate a lot from there, but I would probably right now probably have to go with Jamie and Rebecca. And maybe even swap Rebecca and Jamie. She might be my second favorite character just because of all the complications there and just the growth. And for all the shit I give him, Nate's pretty high on that list. But Danny also, there's just so many good characters. I do love Roy. Yeah, I don't know. Really wish Madam Web wasn't the worst movie of all time. Well, that's a bit hyperbolic. I guarantee it's not the worst movie of all time. Is it a not great movie from an A-list studio? Probably. But worst movie of all time might be a little hyperbolic. It's no Birdemic or any Neil Breen movie. Good distraction. You guys are keeping me company while I type my analysis, so if I miss anything in chat, assume I'm working, or crying, or dancing. All are possibilities. It's like roll of a dice. What's gonna happen next? Scott Pilgrim. Funny, Scott Pilgrim is what made me start watching you. Like the Takeoff, because I know I didn't react to the movie, because there'd be no point. There was a point where, it's been a long time, but there was a point where I could probably, without having it on screen, recite word for word the whole movie. So I assume you mean when we reacted to Takes Off, which is still amazing. I really wish we would get more selfishly, but it is also a great end for that whole Hawken universe all the same. But I'm glad that brought you in. I'm glad glad that brought you in. That's one of those movies where I kind of wish I could erase it from my brain and rewatch it again for the first time, because it's one of my favorite movies ever, man. Also, just watched Sucker Punch today, and oh my god, I can't believe Snyder got DC. I'm genuinely shocked how WB thought it was a good idea to give him DC besides the visuals. I mean, it probably had something to do with Watchmen and 300. I like 300. I like Dawn of the Dead. I like those two movies out of his plethora of other stuff. Sucker Punch had some. I mean, the visuals were cool, were fun. Story, not so much. But yeah, that's par for the course. Visuals are always usually pretty good. He's great behind a camera, but he struggles. He struggles a lot with keeping some coherent thoughts throughout his movies, but just like I did throughout that sentence. X-Files, the movie show? I read that out loud when we were talking about that earlier. Another thing about Has-Been Swap AU Animatics is that they cover songs from Has-Been and one song from Helluva. Which do you think they used? They picked one from Helluva. Which one would they? I don't know. I don't know what one would even fit. Yeah, I don't know. I could not tell you which one from Helluva they probably would have used. But as far as like has been, now is this pre-season 1? Like the pre-release of season 1 that this was created, or was this during the pilot? When the pilot was the only thing anybody had? So let me know that first. So go watch the X-Files movies and nothing else. Got it. No. Bad noober. I'll be honest though, like the second X-Files movie when it came out was massively disappointing, because it was basically, and it's not bad for this reason. It's not a bad movie. It's just when the show has been ended for 8 years, and then you come back to a standalone movie that has absolutely, it's basically a Monster of the Week episode. Like, it's just a standalone case that they get called in on. It's just a glorified Villain of the Week episode. Rather than coming back, ending on this huge mythology note at the end of the series, and then coming back for an episode that has nothing to do with any of that, had a lot of people really irritated. But it's still, for what it is, a really decent movie. I wish Fox not had shut down the trilogy that was supposed to follow, because when the show ended, there was a planned and greenlit trilogy of films that were going to close out the mythology of the show. But 9/11 happened, and Sony and Fox pivoted away from the X-Files stuff altogether. That's why it took 8 years before they were comfortable bringing the series back, which sucks, because that really destroyed the momentum of what they were trying to do. And then we got those shitty revivals. Anyway, top favorite Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. characters from most to least. I'll just give you a top 3. I mean, I think somebody asked, and maybe even you, I don't know, asked me this last weekend, but Fitz is my favorite character, followed by Coulson, followed by Sky. I think that's my list, a top 3. From there, I don't want to go into all the characters, ranking them right now, but that's where I'm at for the main part right there. The X-Files movie was my introduction to X-Files, and I got it. My sister gave it to me to watch to pique my interest, and it worked. It's a good movie. The funny thing about it is, like, you can just dive into it. Like, it explains it enough. It's a great encapsulation of the characters, what they are. There are a couple of things that you would have to infer for yourself based on, obviously, context clues sprinkled in throughout the movie about what has already transpired, given there's been 5 seasons of lore and interaction between these characters and everything that's been going on leading into the movie, especially considering the X-Files are closed when the movie starts. There's a lot of things that fill themselves in, but yeah, it does a good enough job for what it is. It's just a good movie all by itself, even if there are some things you might be like, I guess I missed out on that part. But God, I love it so much. It's so good, man. The speech in the opening when they're on, they're looking for the bomb in our opening scene with Mulder and Scully on top of the rooftop, and he gives that whole spiel about predictability. I love that. It's one of my favorite movie quotes. It's so good, and their chemistry is so good. God, I love it. Whew. Favorite Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Favorite Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. characters are Daisy and Simmons. Oh, nice. I'd make preview to watch the OG The Crow. It is, after all, a revenge movie and a comic book movie. Have they not seen it? I would be shocked to find out they have not seen The Crow. It's so good. I tried to watch some of the sequel movies. I mean, I think some of them were straight to TV at some point, but I just couldn't get into them because I know they weren't. I mean, it's like it was just a different character every time, so I wasn't as attached to them. I don't remember a lot about the sequels, but as far as the original goes, it is iconic as fuck. It's so good. I did a Crow cosplay one time for one Halloween. Thank you for the super chat, Paul. Did I ever watch Glee? Rewatching. I've been rewatching it. It's a lot of fun, but I feel like it'd be difficult to react or show due to all the songs and music. Yeah. Oh yeah. It would be a copyright nightmare to try to react to that show. But I have not. I've seen some clips. I've seen some excerpts. I've seen Dylan is in trouble do a first and last for Glee, but outside of that, I've never actually sat down and watched an episode. I had a weird thing about it because I was in show choir when I was in high school and stuff like that. I did the whole competition circuit and all that. And when this show got pitched as this idea, I was like, this is not what show choir is. And I was like, I don't know, I'm not watching it. Even though a lot of people in the choir watch the show, I was like, this isn't how this works. This isn't show choir. What is this garbage? And I just wrote it off. Plus, it didn't seem like something I would have been into at the time. But I've never actually sat down and watched an episode. So maybe one day. But yeah, as far as reacting to it, that would be an absolute nightmare. Doing Queen Bee Season 3. Gotta go. Heading out for the evening with the fam. Have a good weekend and happy Pride Month, everyone. Omni, get some sleep. See you in a couple weeks. Well, yeah, well, have fun. I'll see you when you get back. Thank you. What's up, Peter Parker? Can I get a shout out? Well, there you go. I guess. I never wanted to believe that my dad was stealing from his job as a road worker, but when I got home, all the signs were there. I look forward to hearing you all roll your eyes at that 4 hours time. Fuck you. I'm not gonna get to it in 4 hours. How dare you? It was 15 minutes. Okay, it was a little longer than 15 minutes. It was 20 minutes. Sorry, not sorry. That was funny, though. That was a good one. Have you heard of Megaton Musashi? If not at all, I'll say if you love super robot mecha shows from the 90s, early 2000s, you'll love it. I've never heard of it. I've never heard of it. I don't gravitate a lot to that genre. I've seen some, I've seen a fair amount of Escaflowne, but that was when I was a kid, so I don't really remember anything about it. And some Gundam shows. I like some Gundam shows. I don't like all of them. I like some of them. Gundam Wing is my favorite. That was the first one I was introduced to, and I honestly have not liked a single one as much compared to that. So I'm not a huge mech person. despite a couple of outliers. I like Voltron. Obviously, I like Power Rangers. But that's kind of it. I have not heard of this one, though, so maybe I have to look it up. Also, G-Force. That was another one that I remember liking a lot. Almost finished with season 4 of 90s animated Spidey. Mary Jane is back from another dimension. Also, Black Cat is smoking. Black Cat is iconic comic book hottie. Like, goddamn, yes. Wonder if Chris Pratt will return for the new Jurassic World movie. Who knows? The way the cast is shaping up at this point, it seems to kind of be its own thing. It might try to get away from some of that. Speaking of House of the Dragon, prepare your tissues for episode 1. Trust me, you'll need it. You already seen episode 1, or have you seen the book? Seen the book, read the book. I noticed that Fury Road is not in your Mad Max playlist. That's probably because it didn't exist at the time when I made the playlist. Or no, sorry, there wasn't a playlist at the time I watched the movie. That's what I meant. So... let's fix that. Now here's the question, though. How do I order this? Like, in movie order, in the order which I watched them? Order in which I watched them, I think, would make the most sense. But that's what I'll do. Where you at? Oh god, why you gotta do this? I don't know why I decided to do this right now in the middle of the stream, but I did it. I'm doing it. I'm fixing it right now. Otherwise, I will probably forget almost immediately. So let's put that there. There we go. So I'm, regardless of release of these movies, I'm putting it at the first, the top of the list. There we go. What are you most excited for? The Boys Season 4, The Acolyte, or House of the Dragon? Probably House of the Dragon, to be honest, because I'm very curious to see how that story unfolds. I know it'll at least be decent. The Acolyte looks awesome, super excited for it, but I'm not exactly 100% sure what we're going to end up getting, because it's always been a mixed bag from Star Wars. As cool as the trailers look, I'm still being a little cautious about getting too hyped up for it. And The Boys Season 4, I'm looking forward to it, but I'm not excited for it. But I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. What's the biggest difference between a villain that you agree with and a villain you don't agree with, but you still love despite everything? I just think it's like the entertainment, like the energy they carry with them. Like, motivation aside, an entertaining villain, whether you agree with them or not, can carry you a long way. Down to the character design, the charisma that they have, or just the sheer fun that they have on screen doing what they're doing. I think that can be fun. How much they challenge your hero also plays a huge part in a great villain. So regardless of whether or not I understand them, I don't always need to understand the villain. Sometimes I think it works best when you have no idea. There is no understanding the villain. But like, as long as they are fun to watch, they are like keeping your eye on them, as long as they are putting your hero through the ringer, I think that's fine enough. I think that answers the question. Correct me if I'm wrong. Out of all the things you react to what is my favorite? Woo. I don't know what the fuck that was. I don't know, man. That's a really, I mean, it's gotta be like Has-Been Hotel and Helluva Boss at this point. Like, I couldn't pit those two against each other, but that's probably gonna be up there. The second closest thing would be, as far as like reaction series, it's either Cobra Kai. Actually, Cobra Kai, man. I don't know. And Stranger Things. I was looking at this as like, what is my favorite reaction series? Because Cobra Kai is still a top 10. Both of those, Stranger Things and Cobra Kai, are in my top 10 favorite shows of all time. Which may need some adjustment now because I haven't looked at that list since I was introduced to this new universe here. But and with Ted Lasso now being in the mix, I don't know. It's tough because there's some really good shows, man. Some great movies too, but like shows are the thing that really sucks you in because you get all that time to spend with the characters and everything and the story. I mean, Stranger Things was an incredibly fun ass ride, man. I was like snorting that shit up. It was amazing. Like it was one of those things I was worried was going to be so overhyped by the time I came into it. But it really wasn't. Like, it was underhyped still somehow to me. But then, I don't know. And then Has Been Hotel, man, all this stuff. This stuff has been, I don't know. It's probably a toss-up between Stranger Things and this. Because as much as I love Cobra Kai, and it has a special place in my heart, you know, and it has those big swing moments, it's not as grand as that. So it's a little smaller scale. It doesn't have the same hit, I think, in a lot of ways. So as far as like the adrenaline that gets put into you as you're going through all of the ins and outs of the show. So I think as far as reactions go, it's got to be either the Helluverse stuff or Stranger Things. Dark was also a really, really good ride, and Severance, man. There's been some really good reaction series, but I'd have to probably chalk it up to these new ones or Stranger Things. Dakota Johnson's dad, Don Johnson, mom, Melanie Griffith. Oh, really? And grandma, Tippi Hedren, are some of the better actors. Acting is not for everyone, Dakota especially. See, I know about Melanie Griffith. Yeah. Hey, not everybody can knock it out of the park, man. What's up, Ricopolos? I probably fucked that up, but what's up? Welcome, welcome. I wish for some Helluva Boss pancakes right now. What would that involve? You still planning on seeing Furiosa soon? No, I haven't been planning on seeing it at all until it comes out for me to react to it. How did you feel about Helluva Boss? Watch my reaction. I think you will see how I feel. Can I ask which show is leading in the poll right now? No. We actually have a 3-way tie at the moment, which is kind of insane. And yeah, so we'll find out soon. Like, there's only a couple of days before I will announce the winner, so it's all good. Yeah. I don't understand how the full moon left some fans underwhelmed and disappointed because of the back and forth between the two plot lines of Cherub and Dork agents and Stolas' temporary breakup. I think they were expecting way more just surrounding Stolas and Blitz. Like, it was a lot of build up and then the date. So I think a lot of people had built up this whole thing between the two of them, or I don't know. I'm not sure. I think some of it too, a lot of people were expecting the episode to be like 30 to 45 minutes long or something. I don't know where they were getting that from, but I did see a lot of people were talking about how they thought the episode was going to be a lot longer. So, I don't know. I can tell you, I wasn't disappointed. I kind of want to watch Late Night with the Devil. I've heard some good things about it, other than the whole AI controversy, but I've heard some things about it that were pretty decent. Forgot to ask this a month ago, but were you in that one Helluva Boss panel where they showed the duet from Full Moon? Yes. If so, how did you feel being surprised by it? It was wild. I didn't know what, I know we were going to see something. I didn't know what we were going to see. What I was worried we were going to see was going to be the episode. That would have sucked. I would have hated to see the episode early like that and not be able to react to it, let alone just because it was next to impossible to hear anything. Like, I could make out the imagery and a couple of things here and there for the duet, but like everybody's screaming every time somebody else was on. Like the moment we got Stolas, it was screaming. The moment Blitz made his first appearance, screaming. The moment there was thrusting, screaming. Like there was I heard like every other fifth word of the duet. So like as far as the visuals, I could kind of make out a rough idea of what was going on, but for the most part, I had no idea what was being sung, other than what you could infer from the visuals. But it was still fun. It was so exciting being around all kinds of people just as excited for it. But finally actually getting to hear the song without anybody else interrupting was nice. Very nice. So yeah, that was the benefit of it. Same thing with the trailer. When they showed off the trailer, other than what you could see, like it was next to impossible to make out what was actually being said in the trailer. I'm going to the Chicago Fire and LA Galaxy soccer match tonight and at Soldier Field, Chicago for the first time. Hell yeah, let's go! Will I be reacting to Love Lies Bleeding? I knew that was going to be asked, and it's been asked for some time now, but that will be coming out on Monday. So keep an eye out for that. I have watched it already at this point. It's already been sent out to the editors. I've got it back. I just need to review the edit tomorrow, but it'll be our movie Monday for the kickoff of June, our first movie reaction of June. So that will be coming out real soon. What's up, Omni? Just watched Rogue One a while ago. Great movie. It is a pretty damn solid Star Wars movie. Still haven't watched the Upgrade movie. I also have not seen Upgrade yet either. I just learned that apparently during the production of My Adventures with Superman Season 1, they weren't allowed to use any classic Superman villains like Lex, and just went with Alex. I don't think that they weren't allowed. I think that they tried to resist the urge to do so. They wanted to just stand on their own feet. But I think one of the people involved with the show just was like, well, we can do that, but not. We'll tee it up. I can't remember. I remember reading something about that, and I could be completely wrong. But I remember reading something about I thought it was that they had to they wanted to resist the urge to rely on any really iconic or familiar Superman villains for the first season. I don't know I can't remember though, if it was just a straight up directive from their overlords. That's kind of interesting, but I'm glad that they did it without doing it. Because that easily could have been just a red herring or another character altogether, or a different Alex, because there are a couple it could have been. But it's just the way the guy talked. It would seem like a good old little Luther boy. In case you were wondering, the previous line when Luna wiggled her yacht to who's one of the cherubs. That's what I remember that shot specifically. I also recently watched all of the Hunger Games. Can't believe I missed this great story for so long. I actually love those movies so much. I still haven't seen the new one. I have almost next to no interest in checking that movie out. Unless it wins a poll. I really have no interest in rewinding time and seeing the origins of Snow and all this kind of stuff. Maybe it's good, don't know, but I just personally don't have an interest, or I'm not intrigued by it at all. As far as the original movies go, I do really like that story. I still think the first one is my favorite, though, out of the whole bunch, but I still liked it overall. You know, I did go to a full-on movie marathon where they played all of them in a theater once. That was a lot of fun, but I like it. I like it a lot. Badges for Fan Expo Dallas have arrived. Hell yeah! Haven't heard anything about Peacemaker Season 2. They've been very hush-hush. That they have. Would you ever want to do a live reaction to one season of Powerless, the TV show? I really enjoyed it with Vanessa Hudgens. It's the human's POV in a world filled with superheroes and villains. I didn't know that aspect of it. I've heard of it, but I thought it was about powered people as the core group, but I guess not. But as far as a live reaction, like, do you mean like live streaming a reaction to it, or do you just mean like just doing a reaction series to Powerless? I mean, the thought has never crossed my mind, but I'm sure if it wins a poll, I will definitely check it out. I feel like I'm the only one that's going to be watching The Witcher Season 4 with Liam Hemsworth. Oh well. Yeah, I'm not watching Season 4. I'm at least not reacting to Season 4. I'm not putting that effort into it anymore. So, we'll see what happens. If you hear wonderful things about it somewhere out of nowhere, who knows, maybe, but right, I really don't care. Helluva Boss, if they ate Blue Moon ice cream during the full moon episode, or drank Blue Moon under the full moon. What's my theory about Kara and Man of Steel? Man of Steel, Jesus. My Adventures with Superman. Dude, I really don't know. I'm partially thinking that she might be in that battle suit that is with Brainiac. Because that's the L family logo on that crest. Like, what if she's the villain? Wouldn't that be fucking crazy? I don't know. They did say the kneel line though, so we can't throw that away though. But they don't have Zod's crest, so I don't think it's Zod. Even if they did say they will kneel or whatever the fuck. I think that was, I don't know, red herring maybe? I don't know, but maybe, what if that's Kara? I don't have a really good theory because it's already so vastly different from any of the iterations that I'm familiar with. Enjoy your post, but thank you. They died out because I remember the Vault Guy movie. I kind of assumed he quit the Army verse because it did poorly, and why we got Rebel Moon, and that did poorly too. Oh well. Yeah, I was intrigued by the whole thing he was setting up with the worlds, but apparently, supposedly, Rebel Moon and Army of the Dead are also in the same universe. I mean, we know aliens are a thing. The zombie virus is alien. So, I don't know. I don't know if there was a plan there. I don't know anything. I don't know. Confusing your audience right out of the gate like that probably isn't a really good move, even though it was fun for me to try to piece together, because upon rewatch, there's a lot of really interesting things in Army of the Dead, even if there is a lot of problems with that film as well. But I don't know. I was curious to see where that was going to go, at least. But well, I guess we won't find out, unfortunately. Yeah, they just tore everyone's feelings out, and they aren't going to drop that next episode right away. No way. There's no way it's going to be this soon. It'll probably be another end of the month episode drop. Also, the ending of My Adventures with Superman Season 1, Episode 2 with Jor-El and Clark hit me especially hard because what Jor-El said to Clark was really dang similar to what my grandfather said to me the last time I saw him. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but that's a hard-hitting parallel to draw right there. I did find that moment so touching, though. Your House of the Dragon reaction for Episode 2, when you were talking about Damon and called him Matt Damon, it made me laugh out loud. I'm glad. I'm glad my dumbass jokes sometimes can land. Oh, that was a good one. If I have to say so myself. I miss you, Papa. Hearts out and prayers, man. I think I've lost all my grandparents at this point, which is a sad reality of growing up, man. Is saying goodbye to the people that matter. For me too, it was just like not giving as much time as I probably could have, and that's probably the thing that gets me the most at the end of the day. Been playing tons of multiverses lately. Very fun crossover game. Lots of glaring flaws though. I have too. I've been logging in to get my dailies since it came back. I played it. I had everything, mostly everything unlocked by the time the beta closed. I played a lot of it during the beta. I do think it felt better during the beta. I loved the speed and I like the feel of it more before. But I've still been playing a lot. It's still not bad. I still think it feels pretty decent enough, but it's like the transition from What was it? Why am I blanking? Like it's like the transition from Smash Brothers Melee going into Brawl, where they just slowed everything down to a near crawl. Now it's not that bad, it's not that big of a difference, but it is still a very noticeable difference. But yeah, I've been trying to grind. It's so grindy now, man. Though, like I mean, it was grindy before, but it is incredibly grindy at the moment, and I hate it. I hate that aspect of it, but it still plays really well. Jamie has the greatest character growth of anyone ever. Anyone ever? I don't know. Does this arc rival Zuko? I don't think so. But it is very close. It is a very, very, very good arc. Perfect trajectory in conclusion. Can't be worse than Jaws the Revenge. Oh, there are worse movies than Jaws the Revenge, but I also have a soft spot for the Jaws movies. I think Jaws the Revenge is still better than Jaws 3, though. Jaws 3 is straight garbage. Matt Smith is amazing in House of the Dragon. There's not that I've seen a lot of his filmography, but there's rarely, at least that I've seen, a Matt Smith loss. I mean, like even like I'll say his performance in Morbius was the highlight of the movie. Now I haven't seen, what was it, Genesis? I haven't seen Terminator Genesis. I don't know how he did in that, but everything I have seen, he's been pretty solid. Just like Chudwoki Iwuji, Brandon Rogers and Bryce Pinkman need to have some more roles outside of Has-Been. They both have the greatest potential for their respective individual careers. I would love to see them branch out. I've just recently discovered Brandon Rogers' YouTube channel. I've been going through all the fucking library of skits and stuff that he's done, and he's fucking hilarious, man. Madam Web isn't the worst movie of all time when Alien Resurrections, AVPR, and Sucker Punch exist. I'll give you Alien Resurrection. I would debate that. I think each one of those movies you just mentioned are better than Madam Web. But that's me. How do you decide what movies to watch in theaters or wait to react to, with the exception of going to see Star Wars, Marvel / DC, or other properties? For me, if I'm going to make the trip out to the theater, unless I just want to see it, that day. If there's a movie I want to see before it gets spoiled or anything like that, it's typically the big tentpole stuff. Like if I go to the theater for the big screen and the big speakers, it's going to be typically for something that is there for the spectacle of it all. Something that utilizes the big screen and the speakers, like the experience of being in there and being overwhelmed by the image itself. Like if I'm going out to see a drama, the theater experience isn't enhancing that. To me, I don't think so. So I would be perfectly okay watching something like Killers of the Flower Moon at home. I did see it in theaters. I did go see that in theaters. But like that's kind of what I mean. Like that movie, I don't think would have suffered at all being watched at home. But like seeing like Dune on my computer screen, I think that would have been a disservice to the movie and the experience of it. But to be fair, I didn't see it in IMAX, so who knows? Maybe I still didn't see the proper way to watch that movie. But for me, it's like what is actually going to make effective use of the theater setup. And for me, that's usually action, sci-fi, comic book, like your big tentpole crazy shit. Or maybe just a surreal ass movie that is going to utilize all that. I think Midsummer is a counterpoint and a good exception of a movie that is very slow-paced, grounded, but should be seen at least in the theater system or with a really good surround sound system. Because had I seen that at home with just my current setup, I would not have been sucked into that movie as much as I would. Like it was, the sound design of that movie was so intricately woven into the experience of the film. You had to fully get what was going on in that movie, I think you have to see it with a really, really good sound system. As well as just the imagery, because it's always breathing and pulsing, and you may not notice it if you're on a smaller screen, man. Like, and like the way the audio functions throughout the entire movie is wicked. Like, it was surreal. That was like that movie made me feel like I was tripping while watching it because of the whole thing. Like, it was wild. So there are some exceptions here and there. But yeah. Have I rewatched Dark, and how many times if you have? I have not rewatched. There's not been anything I've rewatched in a long time. The only thing I've come close to rewatching any time recently has been through other reactions. I just do not have the time or bandwidth to just sit down and watch something for fun. I say this, I've said this last weekend too. Like, I just can't. And if it's not broken up into a way I can just pause it, set it aside, and ignore it for a while, or just see it like in highlights, I don't have the time to do it. Yeah. So I've still only seen it the one time right now. I literally watched Scott Pilgrim last night. Still my favorite movie of all time. It's probably a top 5er for me. That is for sure. What's up, Turbalon? Sorry I haven't been talking because I'm working. Love your videos also. Thank you. Well, hope I'm at least brightening up your workday. Kung Pao Into the Fist is my favorite movie of all time. That is a fantastic movie. I'm still sad we never got the sequel. That's a movie I used to be able to quote line for line the entirety of that movie. I heard a theory that if you have the sound completely off on Sucker Punch, it's a really fun movie. That's an interesting theory. Also, coming back to that, the idea again that he's like, if I had the opportunity to make a director's cut of this movie, I could make it the movie I wanted to make. And I'm just like, why not? Why does every bad movie, every main movie, just it needs to be fixed? Why is that a trend here? Why is that always the case? We don't need a Zack Snyder cut of literally every movie just because it gets a critique or criticism. Because I know he pushed back on the ending that they wanted. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't understand. I don't understand anymore, man. Like, I didn't mind that movie, but once you get to the end of the movie, like, it just felt like a waste of time. Have I seen the new Moana 2 trailer? I have. It was very much so a teaser. I still don't know why. I mean, I know why. Money. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Sucker Punch is on my list of guilty pleasure terrible movies, along with Iron Sky and The Core. Iron Sky, I never got around to watching. I tried to start it, but I never really, I don't know. Something happened, I just didn't really get into it. The Core is an interesting movie. I do like The Core. Sucker Punch, I don't know. I don't think I've seen it since that first time I've watched it. Snyderdean is a co-writer. All of his good films were adapted from previous works, 300 and Watchmen being chief among them, and even Dawn of the Dead. So that's a very, very valid point. The Has-Been Swap AU animatics started 2 months ago. Okay, so then they may have used songs from the current. So maybe Hell is Forever, or I mean, I don't know the layout of the premise. So my guess would have to probably be what should be Loser? What should be Loser, baby? I really don't know. I don't know. I really don't know what song they would have went with. Madam Web is mid. Not great, but it's not the same kind of trash fire that In the Name of the King or The Seventh Son was, or even the remake of Clash of Titans. I hated Citizen Kane. Huh. Maybe I need to I haven't seen Seventh Son, and I haven't seen In the Name of the King. I have seen Clash of the Titans, the remake, and the original, by the way. I don't know. Not that again, like I said, I saw a breakdown of all of Madam Web rather than watching the movie myself. I know the story beginning to end. I know all the major points that happen, but I honestly haven't seen the whole movie in the way it was meant to be seen. But from what I know about the movie, I don't know which one I would put on a higher pedestal between it and Clash of the Titans, to be honest. Snyder is much like Lucas if he was an eternally edgy teenager. Oof, how dare you compare those two? But you're also kind of not wrong. Have you ever watched The Flash? If so, you are a legend. If not, watch it. It's so good. Are we talking about the Flash TV show, or are we talking about the Flash movie? The Flash TV show, I've watched all of the Arrowverse. I reacted to the last, season? When did I start? Because I was watching it on my own before I even had my channel. And I started reacting to the Flash on the channel following Crisis on Infinite Earths. And I think I still have my Crisis reactions up. Or maybe I took them down because they were incomplete. I can't remember. Nope, they're still up. Yeah, I still have my Crisis on Infinite Earths reactions up. So it just depends on which Flash you mean. The Terminator anime is going to be coming out August 29th, aka my birthday. I completely forgot they were doing a Terminator anime. I forgot that was a thing that was happening. Completely forgot about that. We got Peter Parker and Roman Reigns crossover before GTA 6. Yeah, we did. You know what you should watch? Community and B99. Hey, who knows? One of these days, quite possible. Hello there. It's Morbin time. What's up, Sketch? Oh my god, I just realized how behind I am. I'm so behind. I'm in slacking. Have I watched Smiling Friends on HBO? Funny as hell animated show. I have not. I've seen some clips from it, but I have not watched an episode. But I have watched and listened to a fair amount of Oni Plays. So I have not actually seen the show though. Not Morbid time anymore. It's Cherubin time. Doesn't come off the tongue as good as well. Do you have a favorite episode of any show? Like a favorite episode of all time, barring any boundaries whatsoever? I don't know if I could feasibly answer that question. That anime Terminator, it was great. I was never into it, but with a fan for the movies, felt entertained compared to the first two. Wait, what? I'm so confused about this statement. If it was a follow-up to the other one, that anime is not out yet. So I'm not sure what you're trying to say, Teen Flash. That anime Terminator is great. How's it great if we haven't seen it yet? Never into it, but went with the fan for the movies, and it felt under... What are we talking about? Are we talking about Genesis? I'm so confused. I need clarification, Teen Flash. I'm a little obsessed with Eminem's new track, Houdini. I did watch the video to that last night. It was kind of wild. It was fun. I like that. When Preview reacted to the Crow movie trailer, I believe they mentioned that they hadn't seen the OG one. I might have misunderstood, but shrugs, and the follow-ups don't exist. What's interesting about the movie, aesthetically, it feels so disconnected from what The Crow is. I'm not a huge fan of the character design. just because the original one is so iconic, and this one just seems like a dollar store version of it. However, the action and the setup is very Crow, and the action, like, it looks like a good action movie. I just don't know if it's going to be a good Crow movie, if that makes sense. But what's in the trailer is really good. But if you named it something else, I don't know if I would be comparing it as much to the original, and it might be able to stand on its own a little bit stronger. But we'll see. I'm really curious how it's going to play off. I'll probably still go check it out. Did you just say I'm not a big meth person? I would assume not. I don't remember what I said at that point. Again, who knows what I said when I said it, but I 1000% did not say that. Transor Z every morning growing up, 6 a.m. I don't know that. I don't know that one. Dini Vanos, Laugh Trap. I love watching books. Oh my god, that's how far back all of this still is. I've ever watched Steven Universe, really good show with a lot of banger songs that made me emotional. I've never seen a single thing. I know the characters. I've seen the artwork. I've seen the characters. I've never watched a single episode of Steven Universe. The most Steven Universe I've had in my life has been in multiverses. You might be procrastinating. Shame on you. Yo, Omni, if you're ever in Southern Cali, I'd love to give you a tour of the real Angel Grove High. They also shot Malcolm in the Middle at the same spot. Not sure if that matters. I did watch a shit ton of Malcolm in the Middle growing up. However, I don't remember the school scenes all that much, to be honest. But Angel Grove High, I mean, that would be cool. That would be cool. Do you want to hang out and smoke some and drink some diet soda and play Burnout Revenge for the PS2? I've never played a Burnout game. It was always Need for Speed. Need for Speed was my jam until they completely ruined it all. But I've also never done the W either, so that would be an interesting experience, all things aside. Another show I would highly recommend is Centaur World, which is a 2-season series released a couple years ago on Netflix. Not that it's an adult-oriented like Has-Been or Helluva, but it's still worth a watch. I've never heard of that one. Might have to see what that's about. We are the Crystal Gems. Seeing Goofy Self lift up. We're here to save the day. I don't know anything about that. I know that they are gems, right? They're like kind of gem people. That's kind of one thing I heard. That may not be accurate, but yeah. Did I watch the trailer for Umbrella Academy Season 4? I'm looking forward to it, but I'm sad it's ending. I'm sad it's ending too, man. I can't wait to check it out. As far as the trailer goes, I did watch it. I feel like I probably shouldn't have, but I'm excited all the same. I'm curious to see how they bring all of this full circle. Recently watched Murder Drones. Highly recommend it. Glitch Productions was also working on the Amazing Digital Circus. I have Amazing Digital Circus lined up. I just don't know when I'm going to actually record the reaction to it, because I'm just curious. I talked about this on the stream before. You know, I clicked into Murder Drones, just a random episode, just to kind of see the feel of it, the look of it. I muted it, so I didn't know what was going on, because I didn't want to intentionally spoil myself or anything, so. But, like, I just don't like the animation for either one of these shows. But people are hyping them up, man. People keep hyping them up. So, I might test the waters at one point. Omni needs to make a show ranking every year for the shows he did each year. I did do 1 year where I ranked the shows I watched. I did not have the energy to do that, nor that I see as many shows or as many movies as I did last year to do something like that. I just skipped it. But I have done that before, which would be an insane thing. Helluva Boss X Has-Been or Avengers versus X-Men in 97 in the animation side? I don't think Helluva X Has-Been would be that insane. I think it's an inevitable thing to have those kind of crossover. But, like, I would love to see an Avengers X X-Men right now in the 97 universe. I think that would be awesome and freaking wild. Also, the Tomb Raider anime or animated show got a release date for October 10th. Right, those were announced together, Terminator and Tomb Raider. Thank you for reminding me about that. Haley Atwell's voicing Lara Croft. Hell yeah, let's go. Three-way! Good God, Blitz. Question, have you ever seen or heard of The Shaman King and Zatch Bell? I've seen like an episode or two of Zatch Bell. Both of those were on when I was, it was kind of, I don't know, I don't remember when they kind of came out specifically, but I do remember their existences. I don't think I've seen any Shaman King. That's maybe not true. Which one was Shaman King? I remember the name, but I don't. Yeah, I know of Shaman King. I have never seen anything from Shaman King. I have seen some Zatch Bell. I have never been into either, if that makes sense. Blame the fanboys and fangirls for becoming the most hyped signs of instant screaming. Oh yeah, dude. They were like younger ass teenagers sitting out behind me in the Helluva panel, the main one, and they were actively trying to be the loudest screamers in the whole thing. Like their shrill ass voices, almost I had to like do this occasionally because it was ear-piercingly painful to hear those banshees screaming, man. In season 1 of My Adventures of Superman, when Jor-El said my son to Clark when he left, I had to say, that was my reaction when I was like, wait, no, stay. He spoke English. Yes, dude, I was like, no, what timing? God, it was awful. So good, though. I need my pancakes to be blue dried with shiny gold butter, like a breakfast blitz was cooking in the beginning of the duet. So that's what you meant. Okay, that's what you meant. Yeah, those were some really off-looking pancakes. Here's one thing on classic villains in My Adventures of Superman. They need to do Lex. He's the Superman villain. The rest come and go, but Lex is a constant. I would love to see Metallo and Bizarro, though. Oh, that would be wild to see how they would pull those two off. Metallo might be an eventuality. Between the parasite suit and now they do have kryptonite, Metallo might not be that far away as we might think. I'll probably watch season 4 of The Witcher mainly because I want to know what happens. I'm going to miss Henry Cavill though. Yeah, I don't know if I want to support it because of what happened, let alone they just keep screwing up the writing every time. And again, I don't know anything about the books. I've never played the games. I've only read the first book. That's it. And I don't know anything about that. It has nothing to do with any of that. They completely destroyed their momentum and any opportunity they had to write a good story for season 3 and a good handoff at the end of season 3. They had the perfect opportunity to do what they did, and they fucked up all of the pacing. I was supporting it the whole way throughout part 1 of that season, and part 2 completely destroyed all of my enjoyment for what I was having with that season. It just, oh my god, it's so annoying. Crossing Zod with Kara is genius. We'll see if they do that, though. Let's live stream it. Just kidding, of course. It has to be on a poll, dude. It does involve one of those guys from the community, which I don't know if you've watched. I have not seen any of the community. I know a couple of the actors that are on it, but I have not actually seen it. You're a Multiverses fan? Who do you main? I'm a Garnet and Harley myself. Right now, Shaggy, man. Dude, Shaggy is just straight bruiser, and I love it. Shaggy is my go-to. I just think he feels the smoothest. He's just intuitive as hell to play. Also, very simple. Like, you don't really have to learn all the tricks. I do like Harley. Harley plays really nicely. Honestly, I'm surprised at how well the Joker plays. So I've really been bouncing between Shaggy and the Joker here lately. Seems Zach Bro is desperate if the Star Wars ripoff and Army are one universe. What? Well, hey, again, like I said, the alien, the zombie virus, the outbreak came from space. Remember, it came from that crashed ship. And I don't know, man. There's alternate dimensions, alternate timelines, space travel, all kinds of crazy ass shit. What he was trying to do there. I'm not surprised that they're not tied together. The Helluva episode was so emotional. I want to give Stolas a hug so bad. Me too! And to also be like, slap him and be like, get back in there and talk. He was ready to talk. Your Stranger Things reactions are what got me hooked on your channel. You're the first channel I ever subscribed to because of it. I'll always remember finding it when my mom was sick and introducing it to her. No. And you've been here ever since. Thank you so much. Love having you here. It was just a wild ride, man. That whole thing. Good times. I can't wait for the new season, man. Like, all real world drama aside, I can't wait to see how it all comes to a close. I'll give you Jaws 3 was worse. Jaws 3 is very much the worst in that franchise. How many Anya Taylor-Joy films have I seen? I mean, Dune 2. Last Night in Soho. Let me just pull up her filmography rather than me trying to recollect movies. That'll be easier. So Dune, I've seen. I mean, Super Mario Brothers, if you want to count that. The Northman, I totally forgot she was in that, to be honest. Last Night in Soho. New Mutants, I've seen. Split. And the first 15 minutes of The Witch. She's been in a lot less than I thought. I thought she was in a little bit more than that. But yeah, those are all the ones I've seen. Or shows too. I haven't seen any shows that she's been in. I haven't seen Queen's Gambit and I haven't seen Peaky Blinders. Am I a Ben 10 fan? If you are, who's your favorite alien that Ben turns into? I've only really been a fan of the original, and I watched some of the one where they were older. It didn't feel the same, so I didn't really stick it out the whole way through. But I did watch a decent amount of the original. I never finished it, I don't think, either. But I haven't seen any of the ones after that. But I don't know any of their names. I don't remember any of their names, but I really liked the flame guy when he turned into the fire dude. That's it. That's all I can remember. Watching Brandon Rogers skits feels like a fever dream, and I love it. I love his shorts, too. Matt Smith is in Genesis. He is. I watched Spirited Away and My Neighborhood Totoro for the first time and love both movies. Those are the only Miyazaki movies I've seen. Nope, that's a lie. I've seen Kiki's Delivery Service. I've only seen those 3 when it comes to that filmography, and I feel ashamed to admit that. Did I hear about all the Spider-Man movies are going to be released again and in the theater so we can get that movie experience, but in a theater? Are you going to watch it? If so, which Spider-Man movie? I mean, I saw all of them in theaters in their original runs. Yes, I have. I'm one of those. I saw Spider-Man 3 times in theaters when it came out. But yeah, I did hear that they were re-releasing them. But I don't know. Maybe. I've more done that with films that I hadn't seen in the theater or missed out on the opportunity to see in the theater for the first time. You know, movies that their runs have been long since something I would not have been able to do. Like when I saw Jaws in theaters for the first time, Back to the Future, and well, I saw Jurassic Park in theaters, but I was 5 when I saw it in theaters, so I did go see it again, and man, does it hold up. Stuff like that, I went and saw. I'm sad that I missed out on Alien, but I wanted to see that on the big screen. But as far as Spider-Man goes, I don't know. Maybe if I have the time, but I'm not sure. If I had to go see one and one alone out of all of them, it would probably be Spider-Man 2. A little late, Mr. Parker. What do you think about the casting for He-Man? Well, I mean, he's for Adam. Like, I don't know how he can't possibly, unless he's CGI or something, can't possibly be He-Man, but he might be a good Adam, but I don't know. I don't know. He's a tiny little dude, but I don't really have a strong thought one way or the other for it. Have I ever heard of the adult animated show, The Inside Job, or Inside Job? No, I haven't, actually. This is the first I've heard of it. I've seen Dune in both formats. If you've seen it in one, you've seen it in all. I don't know if that's, like IMAX versus the regular way. I've never seen an IMAX movie, but people say that's the way to see shit. If you can. I've never seen a movie in IMAX. So I don't know, but I always hear that that's the primo experience, Also, enjoying Castlevania. I'm on season 3 now. Hope you give it a go. I think you'll enjoy it. I do really want to watch it. Like, if I can watch a classic video game series, like a good adaptation that captures it, I will try to do that rather than read a book or play the game, because that is just easier and more convenient. Which is what I was hoping the Witcher series was going to be. And I'm glad that the Fallout show is. And same with The Last of Us. The Last of Us is one of those games I have played, both entries. So I know all the ins and outs of where that story is going to go. But Castlevania, and that is one I've never gotten into. I don't really like that style of game. So I'm hoping that series is a good gateway, because I've heard really great things about it, and that animation studio does some really good work, especially when it comes to action. So, well, I do want to get around to it eventually. Zach is a disservice to the movie-making people community. I wouldn't go that far. I don't hate Zack Snyder. I'm just so 50-50 on a lot of his stuff. But, like, if somebody, I can't remember, it might have been Newberg. It was somebody pointed out earlier, it's like, a lot of his best movies are ones he's adapted. Which is very true. His original concepts, haven't really done it for me. Do you like Hazbin Hotel and Helluva Boss? Are you asking which one do I like better, or do I like either of them? Because I've reacted to every episode of both shows, and I have a lot of merch for both of them. So yes, I do like Hazbin Hotel, and I do like Helluva Boss a lot. They are my favorite things that I'm watching this year. Also, I've been collecting the cards for these. I got the two daddies. I got hollows of the two daddies that I pulled. I got Lucy, and I got Alistor. I don't even know, because I know, like, people sell the normal Alistor for a lot, and there are absolutely no listings for this card. So I have no idea how much I'm holding in my hand, because this does not exist on eBay. So I don't know. Because some of those cards are, like, Lucifer is like $400+ if you want to buy that one individually. So, fuck, I don't know. I'm kind of crazy. Have you ever done a fan casting for Gun Universe Nightwing? Pipe dream for me would be bringing in back Brenton Thwaites. Hard to imagine anyone else in the role. I would love it if they brought back Brenton or any of the Titans cast. Give them somebody that can actually give them good material or better material than what they had to work with Titans. Yeah, I haven't thought of a better casting than him, and he's not opposed to reusing people, so if he's going to, I think that's one to pull from. 102 was supposed to be a series, but obviously they decided to make a movie instead. Can't wait to see it. I'm curious to see how that would go. Have I seen any older films, like pre-1970? Oh yeah, I've seen a bunch, like Citizen Kane, some Charlie Chaplin stuff. Psycho is one of my favorite movies of all time. The original, not the remake. The original Psycho. Yeah, I've seen a decent amount of, hell, I mean, we reacted to the 1960s Ocean's 11, the original, here on the channel. That was a decent movie. I actually really, really enjoyed it a lot. I've seen a fair amount. Yeah, for sure. For sure. And a trash bin. Oh, I think that was a continuation of your last statement about Zach. If you were a SHIELD agent and worked for Coulson, what would be one of your skills, and who would you want to partner up with on missions? I don't know if I have any actionable skills that would apply to being a SHIELD agent, to be completely honest. If they need a guy that can play Kingdom Hearts, I'm your guy. If you need somebody to react to stuff, I'm your guy. If you need me to make a thumbnail, I'm kind of your guy. I'm still not great with Photoshop, but I can at least pump out a thumbnail. I don't know. But let's go to the second part of that. Who would I want to partner up with? Let's see. I would love to hang out with Fitz. I would absolutely love to hang out with Fitz. Aside from Fitz, Daisy. For selfish reasons, but also just because, you know, she's the most laid-back person in the whole group. Don't go on the rickety bridge. I don't know what that quote is from. Do I do my own editing? And if not, where did you find your editor? I do most of my own editing. I have gotten help with Prepper, who is an editing house that I get introduced to. I think I think it was. I don't remember how I got connected with them, man. I know they work with the Real Rejects. I know they work with Bad Medicine. They work with Jabby Quay. I think Greg maybe had put in a recommendation and they reached out to me at one point. But they help with some of the stuff that just is overwhelming. Like, for anything that I have to do night and next day, I'm doing. Because there's no way the turnaround time of recording it, uploading it, and then them doing it and sending it back, I can get it out in the time I need it to. So all those I do myself. If there's anything like in bulk or the movie reactions, definitely, I have them help out with those. The last movie reaction that I edited was Iron Claw. But for the most part, the movie reactions are usually Prepper. H to Shield is usually Prepper. Everything else is me. At this point. Do you think Nightwing would work better as a show? He's more street level, and since I'm reading his first ongoing run, I definitely feel like it'd be great structure like DD. Personally, I think Nightwing works best bouncing off other characters. But that's just me. I've never seen a Nightwing storyline I've been that attached to that was standalone. But, I mean, it could work. It could work as a series. Could work as a movie. It just depends on how you write it. The actress who played Lady Sif in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. starts in her own show called Blind Spot. I like how you say the actress that plays Lady Sif in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as if she wasn't the same actress who played Lady Sif in the Thor movies. Because that's where she got cast. That's kind of funny. That's kind of cute. One more thing, and then I'm gone. The playlist for Has-Been Swap Animatics has all the current videos in chronological order, just an FYI, if I'm using that term right. I'll have to go check those out if I have the time. No promises, but if I have the time. Have I seen Dua Lipa's music video for Houdini, though? Is it different than Eminem's video for Houdini? I've seen the music video for Houdini, for Eminem's Houdini. Are we talking about the same Houdini? See y'all next time. Remember that you are loved and appreciated by all you hold dear. Oh, thank you, Logan. Peace out. Have a good rest of your weekend. Favorite Family Guy character? Mine is Brian. Mine is also probably Brian. Brian or Stewie. Ever thought about a reaction series of One Punch Man? It's really good, funny series. I think you would like it. I've seen all of the first season already. I've still never got around to seeing season 2, though. I've still not seen season 2. Same with Mob Psycho. Seen season 1, but I still have not seen season 2 yet. Ooh, while I take a break, have you or chat watched Eric on Netflix? I'm on episode 2. What is that? I have not heard of this. Oh. I could have sworn this was a movie. I saw the cover art for it when I was looking through Netflix's media center of upcoming projects. I thought it was I could have swore it was a movie. But no, I haven't seen it yet. Is it good? If a S.H.I.E.L.D. team had Kree blood, what powers besides Daisy's would you think they'd acquire? I mean, I don't know how that would correlate. If Fitz could physically and like intrinsically manipulate technology, I think that would be super cool. But that feels a little too close to what Lincoln can do. Because if you try to explain how he can do that, that would be one way around it. But then Simmons, maybe she can like she can understand chemical breakdowns, like she can feel kind of like how Adam Eve can like sense the composition of matter. I think that would play into her chemistry and medical background quite well, and that would be a lot of fun. Coulson, I really don't know. I really don't know what his would be. He might actually just be a shield, like he could become invulnerable or project like a psionic shield kind of thing. Maze, I'm not exactly sure what she would get. I don't know. I have to think about that a little bit more. If you could have Helluva Boss song and has been sang by a character, which song and who, and a has been song in Helluva? I would love to have, more than anything, sung by Bryce, and then I would love to have You'll Be Okay sung by Jeremy Jordan. Those teen giggles. Would you rather Superman from the Justice League or for Superman to do an epic fight with Lex Luthor? Instead, you can only keep one, though. Form the Justice League. Probably. Vox Machina versus Helluva Boss. What group would win if they had to battle each other? I honestly think, I mean, one, there's more people on Vox, and they have way more utility. However, Imp has guns, and Vox Machina lives in a world where the only kind of projectile you have is missiles, or magic and arrows. Guns might prove quite the problem for the group. The only one that might be able to combat that at all are Pike, and well, Grog could probably tank the gunshots, some of them, but Vax is the only one that could maybe dodge the bullets, and Pike is the only one that could shield herself from the bullets. And, you know, maybe even Keyleth if she goes into her fire spirit form. But honestly, guns really do turn the tide in D&D, I'll have to say. So maybe I might have to give it to Imp, because even though they have all the weaponry, they also have the combat skills. Doesn't Percy have a gun? He does have a gun, but it's like a pepper box. Like it's basically a blunderbuss. Like it's not it's not military grade modern technology. You know, it's not like an AR. It's not like any of that. Like it's or like a 50 caliber sniper rifle. They just hulk around. So I don't know. And his is also extremely limited. I mean, his, well, I can't remember the name of it. His single shot sniper rifle. One shots most things, but there's the cooldown and the roll needed to even fire the gun successfully are so high. But they don't have that problem. Like, it's not a makeshift weapon. Like, I think it would be the team, despite Percy also being able to have a gun. His gun sucks by comparison. So I would honestly might have to give it to, the biggest contender they would have is Vax right now because he's got full access to his vestige. I don't know what happens with Vox Machina later. I don't know what crazy powers they get later because they are not high level and they still haven't got all of their legendary gear. They haven't finished their campaign yet. So campaign Vox Machina, I don't know. Current Vox Machina, I think they might lose to him. Not slapping the owl. Not slapping the sad owl. I would definitely slap the sad owl. Because he walked away right when he was about to get needing that conversation. Stola isn't the one that needed slapping. I disagree. I think they both needed a good slapping. Stolas did what Blitz usually did in that situation. I love Stolas. I love him. I understand why he did what he did. But if he had stayed, he would have had what he wanted. I guarantee it. But he put up a wall. He did what Blitz always does in that moment, out of fear, and ran off. Like, because even though Blitz was angry and he was yelling and he said what he said, he said, let's do this. Let's hash this out. He wanted to talk. For the first time, Blitz was ready to be open, honest, and talk and have his conversation. And Stolas said no. Blitz went into this whole thing looking to avoid any kind of conversation. Blitz went here trying to never talk about their feelings or what's going on or what they are or what they have. And by the end of that scene, he's trying to be the one to have the conversation. Stolas didn't give him any opportunity to comprehend this world-shattering information he just dumped on Blitz and just pieced out. Like, it sucks, but this is the one time where I'm like, Stolas, I think you did a bad. I get why he did it. I understand why he did it, but that doesn't change the fact. Queen's Gambit is hands down her best credit. I need to watch that one of these days. Now, it is a receipt. I don't know what this was about. Honestly, hate Spirited Away. What? Really? That's probably my favorite of the bunch. Hope Jarrell comes back somehow. I do as well. Have you ever played any branching narrative games? I've played a lot of Telltale games. I've played all of their Walking Dead games. But I've played a fair amount of branching narrative games. Not as many as like Until Dawn, as well as another one that immediately comes to mind. But for the most part, Telltale has been the exclusive proprietor of the ones that I have played. Oh, looks like somebody got bumped. What happened? Alien on the big screen was an experience, especially with the most recent one showed a 4K version of the film and it still holds up. Damn, I was out of town when it was playing, man. It's so sad that I didn't get to see it. I love Alien. I love Aliens. Everything after that is straight garbage, but I love the first two movies. They chop off the size of the film, but it's not like it adds anything when it comes to IMAX. It's just a 50-foot screen. They don't chop anything off in IMAX. That's not true. The only difference in IMAX is you're seeing the extra top. Because when you're watching a movie in a normal format, the top's cut off. So when you're seeing that letterboxing, that's not happening in camera. That is cropped out for the theater, for standard theater formats. Most things, like most cameras that are used have a square sensor, a full frame sensor that is 4x4x4 or 4x3, I think, actually. And then it's cropped down to the theater letterbox format. With IMAX, you're usually, well, I mean, specifically with those cameras, you're getting way more than the standard camera, but you're seeing more of the frame. You're not seeing less. Like when you're watching IMAX, you're not losing image. What's up, Christian? I'm just curious, where did you get your Avatar shirt you're wearing today? Hot topic. And what's your favorite episode on the top of your head from Avatar: The Last Airbender, the OG show? Probably The Beach. Like, as far as like single episodes, it's probably The Beach is one of my favorite episodes, I think. Like, if I'll go to it like off the top of my head, I think that's my favorite episode. I always look forward to it because I love the way it rounds out at the end. Favorite TMT brother? Leo. Leo all day, every day. Swords? I'm a sword guy. Love Leo, love the leader aspect of it. He's the responsible brother at the end of the day, most of the time. Leo's always been my favorite. Uncontested, even. I see a shiny card. I remember stolen shiny Charizard trauma. I was 9, but the pain never goes away. That sucks. I had a shiny Charizard at one point. Not a shiny Charizard. I had a holo Charizard. Not first edition, though. That would have been worth some money, but I had a normal one. Second edition or third edition. I can't remember which. I had most of the 150, but I threw them away. Didn't keep them. I threw them away. I am an idiot. I did that when I was young, when I was a teenager. We were moving, and I didn't want to pack all this clutter, all this stuff I've hoarded all this time. So I threw away. Didn't donate, didn't sell, didn't anything. My 64, my Sega Genesis, all the games, and all of my cards, both Digimon and Pokemon. I had a literal garbage bag of Pokemon cards because I just didn't want to pack. Regrets, man. That was some stupid ass shit I did. I hoard a lot of stuff, but that's some stuff I should have kept. I had some shit that probably would have been worth some money. Agent Omni react to Ward getting his ass kicked by Agent May. Hell yeah. Technically they react to threats, right? It's kind of reacting. Transferable skills. I don't know if like reacting as in, oh shit, let's go, to, oh shit, and I'm just like, you know, if I'm just standing over there making faces, I don't know how that's actionable, but anyway. Who's my favorite character in The Boys? I think somebody asked me that last weekend, but I don't remember who I said. I think I went with Starlight, but I don't remember. But probably Starlight. Or, no. Sorry, I did the same bullshit in my head. Kimiko. Kimiko's my favorite character. Omni would say May beat his ass good. Yes, he would. Favorite TMT movie out of the 3 from the 90s? The first one, which still holds up, barring the mouths inside of mouths. The first movie is still fucking amazing, and I still love TMNT 2. 3, I have not watched since I was a kid, so I don't know if that holds up or not. I didn't like it so much when I was a kid either, so I haven't watched it since. But the first one is still the best Turtles movie, period. I know this is late to ask, but it's hard for you to choose a thumbnail for Attack on Titan series finale reaction. But was it hard for you to choose the thumbnail for the Attack on Titan series finale reaction? I don't even remember. I'll be honest, I don't remember what I went with. I'm gonna have to look. Cause like, there's a balance. You have to do a balance. Like, I try not to put blatant ass spoilers in a thumbnail. It is hard to do sometimes. Regardless, especially because what is a spoiler is considered different by different people. But yeah. See, that shot. You don't know what's going on. It's just Aaron. It's just Aaron. You don't know, you don't know. If you know, you know. But if you don't know, it doesn't really tell you anything. It was very difficult to find one that wasn't just a straight ass spoiler. Let's see. It's the Omniverse. It's the multiverse Omni. Aegis Mill is a small pocket branch. Maybe somewhere out there, I've got a bigger set of skills. I mean, I can throw hands. Oh, I'm not like not agent level, but like I've fought. I've done some jujitsu. I've done some backyard brawling before, but I don't know. I can climb. I can climb things really well. I can parkour. Not parkour, but I like climbing shit. That's transferable at all. If you pick up the new compendium, there's great Nightwing stories outside of him interacting with the Bat Fam. Dixon did a great job setting up a cast for Nightwing, though. I have to look into that, man. What the devil, you Valhalla woman? Just throwing out random quotes here, man. Starring Benadryl Cumberbund. Good God. Yeah, I did see that Ben the Dick Cumbersnatch was in there. You thought it was a movie show. What is happening, Team Flash? Are you having a stroke? If you're part of the Walking Dead universe and start forming a group, what 5 characters would you want in your group? Daryl, Rick, Michonne. This might cause issues, but I would like Negan and Glenn, barring obviously what happens, but this is my universe. Dua's Houdini came out in November of last year, so they are very different. I have still only heard the one Dua Lipa song, so I'm not familiar at all with her Houdini. Nightwing's a very versatile character, but he's never had a chance to shine on his own in anything outside of the comics. That's very true. I agree. It's very good so far. Puppeteer dude for what it is. Basically Sesame Street. His son goes missing, and it's a drama around it. He starts imagining the puppets his son kept drawing. It's 80s New York City. Interesting. I mean, if people are reacting to it and it's getting views, I might have to check it out. Let's see. Doesn't Percy have a gun? Oh, yeah, I addressed that already. Have I seen the Garfield movie? No, and I don't plan to. Do not plan to. Meow, meow, meow. When you react to 2-3 of My Adventures with Superman, can you do the cover photo? You have your face doing the like this. Ooh! I mean, I can, but I just choose one that best fits the overall big whatever of the episode. You know, like if I end the episode being sad, I will typically put the sad face. If the big hard-hitting thing, unless, I don't know, sometimes there's like, oh shit, got real sad real quick, but there was a really like strong through line that was not sad. It just depends. Like, there's a lot of criteria that I go through to judge which one I kind of go with. I just meaning their world technically does have guns. As far as I know, he is the only person in that world that has guns. And it's just the 2. Like, they're not a prevalent thing at all. What did you think of Full Moon? Check out my reaction, but I really, really dug it. I defend Sad Owl. I defend both my sad boys because they are both big old dummies who love each other but have been so traumatized by their upbringings that they've got a lot of shit to work through before they're ready. That's fair. Yo, She-Hulk, that moment stepping into that last scene. I don't know what scene you're talking about. Jor-El is alive. Or what kind of comeback would he appear in again? Maybe there's another backup copy of his consciousness that Kara has? I don't know. Sky's mom really surprised me after what she did. That moment made my jaw drop. Oh yeah. Yeah, I really didn't think that she was going to be the one to pull that move, or at least in that way. That's what I meant. My bad. I was saying that that's what they do with the film for a theater. Dang. Okay. Gotcha. Sorry. Stepping on the beach. Stepping on the beach. I know that one. I love how quick Gunn was to shoot down the rumor for the website claiming that the Teen Titans movie was filming this year. Like, obviously, the Batman would be first. Yeah. I'm glad that he's shooting down stupid-ass rumors, but I do think he needs to not confirm things as much. Omni missed the last few lives due to playing Fallout 4 on the weekend. It got old quick for me. It's fun and all, but the stories are kind of stale. I love the Amazon series, though. Yeah, I got as far as confronting Kellogg in 4. That's all I remember. I don't think I got much farther than that, so I'm not sure about the end of the game or anything like that, but for me, it's just really hard to hold my attention on an open world game where I can just kind of go wherever I want and do whatever quests I want whenever I want. Like, it's a real quick way to get me to, like, lose my attention span real quick. Silly! I still have mine, but not the Charizard, because evil child theft. Yeah, I had, actually no, I think I had all of them except Venusaur, because I had traded it from a friend, and I'm pretty sure that same night after we traded it, before I left his house, he stole it out of my bag, out of my binder, because I could never find it again, and he would never admit to it, and yeah. He was a little bit of a klepto, man. He stole one of my Game Boys, which I ended up just stealing back. He was like, no, that's an extra I had, because I saw it the next time I was over in his, like, one of his little, like, chests or whatever. And I was like, that's clearly mine. So I stole it back. Still never got the card, though. So I forgot about that. That was the one card I think I was missing, was that Venusaur. Bro was lazy. What was this talking about? Coulson yelling, "Yeah, Agent Omni, stop doing a mime act and defend yourself. You're actually doing those faces because you're scared." Yes. Omni, your mission make faces. Very few people get you. It's okay. Parkour! Favorite narrative game? Mine is either Firewatch or Spiritfarer. Probably The Last of Us. I don't think that's what you meant, but I don't know. Clarifying, and maybe I can narrow that down better. But I love the narrative of The Last of Us. His run is largely about coming into your own as your own man. It's very much so a mission statement for Nightwing, which is him coming out of the shadow of the bat. Great stuff, though. Hell yeah, man. The movie show is literally what you said before with the X-Files. A show doing a movie show. I guess the proper way would be show movie. I guess, like we're breaking down the etymology or the purpose there. Thank you. Like, when I get lost in talking about the shit, I don't remember things from like 10, 15 minutes ago, so thank you for reminding me. Sometimes I make dumb. I like climbing. Do you, though? I've not seen you climb anything. You can barely handle hiking. Last scene from Helluva Boss. I wish there was a what if show of The Walking Dead. That would be super cool. I would love that. They're doing that what if video game, but it looks like straight garbage. Did that ever actually come out? I think it did. Actually. I saw somebody playing it. Tried to watch it, but like it was so bad. Also, in case Garfield is still lurking, he hasn't seen the new Garfield movie. I did answer that, because even if you delete them from the main chat, you can't delete them from StreamYard. What would be interesting is if Zor-El was more of Clark's mentor than his father. He'd learn about his heritage, not from his direct line, but from his cousin, which would make for an interesting development. That's interesting. That's very possible. I would like to see that. Or the Cherub's still going to be coming back for more until they get their untimely comeuppance. Oh, they're definitely not done. That's not there were scenes from the trailer with Dork that we haven't seen yet. So I'm almost wholly confident we're not done with them. Want to start a Pokemon theft trauma support group? Yes, and then we will find thieves and get our vengeance. I don't know if you know this, but Hannah Waddingham is a voice in the Garfield movie. Celebrities voicing characters in animated stuff doesn't really do anything for me. Like, it's for me, I'm just like, why aren't you hiring voice actors? That's me. I've bitched about that plenty of times up until now. Am I going to get into Marvel Rivals? I'm looking forward to trying it out. I might give it a chance, but I know it's basically an Overwatch clone, and I got burned out on Overwatch so fast. I've still not played it in years at this point. I wonder if the Cherubs ever met Adam or Lucifer. Adam, maybe. Lucifer, probably not, but I don't know. Depends. But I would love to see. I hope we see Lucifer, especially when the sins convene. That was your first covert mission as a child. Oh yeah. I've kept a few Pokemon trading cards. Still got the trading cards from the cinema when I went to see the first movie in 2000. I had those too. Do not anymore. Oh, you were quoting me. Whoops. I was quoting you, you chode. Yeah, I do like climbing stuff. It was a little bit of a problem back in the day. I had the nickname of Playground Spider-Man for a long time, and it downgraded to just Spider-Man. Like even like when I whatever, because I was just climbing. I would find the roundabout way to access anything. But I don't know. I don't know why. I like to climb stuff. It is a lot harder now, but I can still make it up the tree at my parents'. How's my week been? What's up, Silverhand? It's been pretty solid. Very lack of sleepy. But yeah, we're getting by. That's the Alexa command. Show movie. Fair enough. Alexa, show movie. I hope any of you have an Alexa, and I hope that triggered it. Came up with a little lullaby that goes like, Stolas and Blitz went up to bed to fuck each other's brains out 3 times fast. That's not... I don't know if that qualifies as a lullaby, but sure. It did come out, and the Kong game had PS2 graphics. Dude, that Kong game, that was straight trash, too. Have you played the Splinter Cell games? I have not. If not, that would make a pretty cool series on the channel. Another, I still have not gone on my date with Tifa, man. I still have not found any time to play more Final Fantasy, man. It's breaking my heart because I do want to play New Vegas before Season 2 of Fallout comes out. Would you offer yourself to voice act? What character would you want to be? Oh, I would love to voice act. I think that would be really fun. I don't know if I'd be good at it, but as far as like what character would I be, I don't know. Cast me as the Archangel Michael, please. I definitely would want someone better to do that. It's my all-time favorite video game, Kingdom Hearts. Any of them, all of them. 3. Kingdom Hearts 3 is my all-time favorite video game. That's not true. 2. Kingdom Hearts 2 is probably my all-time favorite video game. But my top 10 is mostly all Kingdom Hearts games. Pokemon 2000 is still my favorite Pokemon movie. Do I have one? My favorite Pokemon movie is Mewtwo Strikes Back, the first one, because it is metal as fuck. The original edit, the unedited one, not the bullshit that they released later, the original cut, when he straight up murders all of those doctors, and there's no like throwaway lines covering it up that they added in post. The original version of that movie. I like saying movie show better. Fair enough. Anyway, bye, Omni. See you later, Shaggy variant. Or variant Shaggy. I'll take it. I'll take that as a win. Yes, Ginger, yes. I still cry when Pika cries. Let's see. How many more Planets of the Apes movies will come out with the current continuity? I think after this trilogy, it should start again. I mean, they could just keep going. I mean, that's kind of what the originals did as well. I still need to watch the last one and the new one. Mewtwo was a badass. That's a whole existential-ass movie, man. And yes, he was a badass. There are 9 films planned in this continuity. Rise, Dawn, War, Kingdom, and then 5 more. Oh my god. That's insane. I mean, the movies are great, man. They make good shit. So, keep it up. Keep doing it. Let's see. Alright, we are caught up. Harold and the Purple Crayon finally getting a movie is something beyond me. I've never heard of that until this movie got released. Or announced, whichever. Hopefully with a remake of the OG to conclude it. I mean, we'll see. That would be actually kind of wild to end on that point. I saw Kingdom yesterday and it was incredible. The CGI scared me like ain't no way some of those things aren't real. It's incredible what they pulled together with those films, man. But we've caught up with the chat. Dinner is going to be ready soon, so I'm going to go prep for that. And then I've got a long night of recording to do. So hopefully we'll make it through okay. I'm going to try my best to prioritize sleep this weekend. So a bunch of shit may be late. I don't know. Whatever. I'll keep you guys posted on what happens. But thank you all for hanging out. And I will see you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody.